bed in the near future?
No.
You ever going to bed?
No.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. 93.3 CFXU The Fox. Landon Morris reporting live from Nova Scotia Music Week on location with an artist I saw last night and was super, super, super happy to have been at this show. I don't want to mispronounce your names. It's Daniel James McFadyen?
Nailed it. That's great. That works.
I'm from Port Hawkesbury, so there's like McFadyens,
yeah.
You know. The whole...
That's what most people say, so we'll go with it. I like it, yeah.
I wonder how that comes about when there's no G.
Yeah, you mean the McFadyen
yeah.
kind of thing? It's some Scottish thing. I don't know.
Damn Scots.
Yeah, I know. Can't trust them.
No, that's what I say.
that's my main quote.
So, okay, I want to kind of start at the beginning with you.
Sure.
When did you start, like, playing music?
I started playing music when I was about 10. I was playing with my stepbrother a lot. He had an acoustic guitar, and he knew how to play Smoke on the Water, and I didn't. So I got pretty competitive with him and learned Smoke on the Water, and then learned like 3 more songs. And then since then, I've been playing a lot. And then I kind of transitioned into drums for a long time, and I was playing like all through high school, drumming stuff. And then came out to the East Coast and was playing local gigs in the Annapolis Valley and Wolfville when I was at Acadia University. And that it's kind of been growing from there, which has been great.
So you're from Ontario, right?
I am, yeah. Caledon, Ontario.
So why in the world would you go to Acadia University?
Well, when I was 14, I got to visit the East Coast, and my sister Shauna was going to Acadia, and her boyfriend was working at the Anvil, the student bar in town there, and I came to visit. It was my first time on the East Coast, and he had there's a big wooden fence behind the Anvil that is supposed to keep people out. But he was a bouncer, so he boosted me over that fence, and I went into the Anvil when I was 14, and there was a bunch of pretty girls, and I was like, this is the best thing in the whole world, and I didn't apply to any other school, and I was like, this is the best school, and then the rest is history. It was great, and then I eventually got in legally and worked at that bar, kicking out 14-year-olds.
Full circle. Well, you know what to do at that point. You got to watch the fence.
I watched the fence, made sure no bouncers were helping any 14-year-old boys, and I got kicked out in like 10 minutes when I got in that time, but it was worth it.
10 glorious minutes.
10 best minutes of my life.
So, I mean, at the time, you're 14. What kind of music are you listening to?
I really liked, it started with classic rock when I was like 10. My stepdad, Steve, had all these old records like Blue Oyster Cult and all these Bob Dylan and Led Zeppelin 4 and stuff. So I got really into classic rock. And then that kind of transitioned more into, I think I heard like a Modest Mouse song for the first time and got really into indie rock.
Nice.
And then I loved like Arcade Fire, Modest Mouse, Built to Spill kind of stuff. And then that transitioned into, like I started liking the folkier side of those bands and transitioned more into folk stuff. And I think that's kind of what I settled on. I listened to a lot of Winter Sleep and stuff too, which, yeah. And I think I covered Weighty Ghost when I was like prepubescently in grade 7 at this like assembly at my school and just murdered it. It was awful. But yeah, it was just squeak little voice.
The incredibly short-lived Hockey Night in Canada theme song.
Yeah,
Weighty Ghost.
It's true. Yeah, and that's pretty much the story.
Nice. Built to Spill's a good band, I guess, for that trajectory too, because like Keep It Like a Secret is so indie rock.
Yeah.
And you get to, I'm putting myself on the spot here. Their 06 record with like The Weight and it's like A You in Reverse.
Yeah.
That's like, kind of folky.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a great transitional album.
Yeah.
If I say so myself.
I like the folkier stuff, and I had a version. I was downloading all my songs off LimeWire. And so I had a version of Carve, I Built to Spill, that would skip, and I just learned the song like that. I was like, you get the car, and it would skip to like halfway through. I want to see it, and that's how I learned the song because it was the only version I had.
Nice.
So when I hear that song regular played now, I'm like, this is not right.
No, this isn't the LimeWire.
I know it like didn't fully download or something.
built_2_spill.car.exe.mp3-LimeWire rip.
Exactly. I miss those days though. It felt more special to get those songs.
Yeah, music piracy. It did get a bad rap.
It did.
It was like, I mean, in the long run, I think music piracy was great. Just for, I don't know how great it is for a radio person to say this, but really, like,
it's better.
Music piracy was awesome because you could just listen to music, and then when it crashed and burned, everyone was like, okay, I gotta buy CDs.
Yeah.
People were still buying CDs.
Why buying? I feel like Spotify and Apple Music are like the new. Like they're like, it's almost worse than piracy in terms of like what they pay.
Yeah, well, really.
Artists like. You need them. They're great.
Because at the end of the day, when you pirate, someone has to have bought that CD in the first place.
Yeah, it's true. At least one person bought the CD. Yeah. But with Spotify, nobody has to buy the CD.
You got a guaranteed $15.
It's true.
So, just over a year ago, you released your debut LP, August I'm Yours. So, tell me about the recording process for that record.
Oh, that was a big old mess in a lot of ways. So, that was peak of COVID. I had moved out to Ontario to work construction because I couldn't play gigs anymore and I needed money to record the album. And I wrote all the songs while I was out in Ontario, and kind of a lot of them about wishing I was back on the East Coast because everybody was like posting Snapchat stories and Instagram stories of them having a great old time on the East Coast because
at Nova Scotia Music Week.
Yeah, exactly. Everything was happening and on the East Coast, and this is 2020, and I was like really stuck down in lockdown writing these songs. And then when I came back, I started recording them. I was living in Halifax. I was recording them in Kentville, but there started to be like regional closures where I couldn't drive out there. So a lot of them got recorded remotely from Ontario, and some in Kentville and some here, some there, in like 6 different studios. But eventually it came together to a point where I was pretty happy with it. So it worked out, but it was a crazy process trying to narrowly dodge these border closures that are like the regional ones and everything. So.
Have you noticed a change in maybe the way crowds react or in crowd sizes since COVID? I feel like there's been like a boom in this past year.
Yeah.
Or even in these past, 6 months where everyone wants to get out again. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, I found it when I was at the beginning of the year, this year, and the end of last year when we were touring, and when the shows that actually worked out, people were pre-buying tickets a lot. And really making sure they got a spot at shows because a lot of them were like tables or seated things. So it was really great. You knew how many people were coming out to the shows. And I've even noticed a shift in the last 5 or 6 months where people are showing up at the door again and buying tickets at the door, and you don't really know how many people are going to come out. But definitely big audience sizes in terms of people appreciating live music now that it wasn't there for a few years. And I didn't tour that much. I played mainly like the bar scene before COVID, but then started playing more original shows afterwards, so I don't have much to compare it to, but people have seemed to be really eager to get out and watch live music, and the bands I've played with have been awesome and have brought great crowds. It's been great. Yeah, it's been really fun.
So, okay, speaking of live music, we're here, as I mentioned, Nova Scotia Music Week in Sydney. You played a killer set last night at the Old Triangle, kicked off the weekend in a big way. How was that show for you?
It was really fun. We hadn't really rehearsed. We had played. I'm working on a new EP right now in Montreal with some songs that we're starting to rehearse next week. So the songs that we played last night were songs that we've practiced so many times that it felt really natural, and we hadn't played together in a while. It's been maybe a month at this point where we've played a show, so everybody just felt really comfortable, and it was natural, and it was songs we played a bunch of times. Felt like it went by in a blink of an eye, and the crowd was great. People were participating in fun ways, and it was really fun. Felt really natural and good and comfortable.
People were participating. There was a wave.
We did too.
Whether the wave went as smoothly as it could have.
Yeah, it never does, actually. So
no, it's up for debate.
Yeah,
the jury's out on that. But there was also you had a lot of you sing this part, and the crowd actually did it.
Yeah, that's always
that's a tough thing to do.
It kind of sucks when they don't. So it's good. It's really good that they did. Sydney, Nova Scotia, you folks are great singer-alongers. You have that.
You mentioned you've been to Sydney once before.
Oh, yes.
I want to ask you about that trip.
Yeah, that's where this part of the song "Give Me the Sea" came from. Yeah, I was coming out to play Breton Brewery, and then I played Big Spruce in the afternoon the next day. And I was with my friend Ryland, and we made it out to the Old Triangle. I was like, maybe I can go for one drink, because the other show was early the next morning. So I was like, okay, one drink's fine. Then it was like 5 drinks later at the Old Triangle, and he's like, you got to come out to this bar called the Capri, which I haven't been to yet on this trip. But
you don't need to.
I know, but it ended up being like a 5 a.m. night, just questionable decisions here and there, and then the next day I just felt absolutely awful. But that's where the verse in "Give Me the Sea" comes from.
Well, I mean, we've talked about late nights.
Yeah.
I want to ask you about last night.
Last night was great.
I was out, all night doing radio stuff.
Yep.
Music Nova Scotia. I was at the Botfly show.
Yeah.
I saw someone who looked a lot like you hop in the pit.
Hop in the mosh pit?
Yeah.
Oh, it must have been my twin. I think that might have been someone else. No, it was fine. We went.
It was Daniel.
It was Daniel McFadyen. Yeah, no, we went to the Botfly show last night. It was really fun. Got into the pit and just felt completely alive, and my heart was beating out of my chest after that show. I still can't hear, I don't think. I was going to bed. I was sleeping in the same bed as my bassist, Matt, and we were having trouble fall asleep because of the loud ringing in both of our ears from that show.
That show was loud, but so awesome.
Yeah, lots of energy.
It's
really
kind of
fun.
like, you know those memes where it's like, damn, like I smoked that shit and I woke up in the mosh pit at the Holiday Inn.
Yeah.
It's totally one of those moments,
It's almost exactly that moment. Yeah.
Like you realize, like, damn, there was like a pit in the Holiday Inn Sydney waterfront last night.
I don't think Botfly was expecting that either.
No.
It had to get shut down pretty quick. I saw Rankin McInnes there at the end. Hit a couple people.
Yeah.
He says he claims to be the reason why they had to shut down that pit last night, and then everybody was sliding on drinks.
Yeah, someone hopped in the pit with a full beer.
Yeah.
I saw the beer go flying in the air.
Oh, you
I
saw
the
that?
floor. Yeah.
Oh, was it you?
No, I was sober. I'm
Oh.
driving.
Oh,
I'm
smart,
driving
yeah.
this weekend. I wish it was me.
That doesn't mean you can't carry around a beer and spill it all over the floor.
I just start buying beers just to pour them
Yeah,
out.
it sounds like an alibi to me.
So you mentioned you played with your band last night. You hadn't played in a while.
Yeah.
How did you link up with this band? Who are they to you?
Slowly over the years. A few of them from Acadia University. I used to play in this cover band called the New Digs, and that's kind of where touring started. And there's none of those members anymore, but they like kind of feel like they were slowly replaced or moved away, and that's what's created this band. We used to play at Patty's open mic a lot. Scott Marster is my electric guitar player. Played with lots of people in Wolfville. Sarah Surratt.
Rips.
Yeah, he's insane. Sarah Surratt, she sings with me. We're in a car right now making sure this guy doesn't back into us.
All these new cars got them backup cameras.
Yeah, that's good. They're fancy cars.
Yeah.
We're not so lucky. But Matt Elliott plays with Tevin Tynes. I used to watch them all the time in Wolfville, and we linked up with him from that. And just slowly but surely, and we've been touring the last few years now, and it's been a lot of fun. I love them. They're like really a second family. They've been great.
They were fantastic.
Yeah, they're awesome.
So you recently dropped a single.
Yes,
Sun.
Hot Sun.
Tell me
in
about
June.
that song.
Yes, that was written when I was out touring with my other drummer. I play with Taylor McKnight, and he was in the New Digs, and he's awesome. I was living out in BC, and I thought when I moved out to Vernon, I thought it would be a very walkable town because I didn't have a car when I was there. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna walk everywhere. But I realized very quickly how impossible that was. So I used electric scooters to get around. They just got electric scooters, Neuron electric scooters. And they were great, working good everywhere I went. But one day I was going on a little scooter trip because I had nothing else to really do. And I got stuck out when my phone died. And I couldn't activate the scooter anymore. And there was no cabs around either, which was unfortunate. And it took me about 3.5 hours to find my friend Taylor's apartment. And I was kind of cursing him the whole time for no reason. I was just like, Taylor ditched me. He didn't, but I was just like, when I find that guy, he's going to get it. And I wrote this song kind of exaggerating my experience on that walk through Vernon. That's where Hot Sun came from.
We'll put this on Taylor.
Yeah,
I
just anytime I have any trouble, I just put it right back on Taylor McKnight.
And write a song about it.
Yeah, so that was inspired by Taylor just being a terrible, awful friend.
Terrible by just
doing nothing.
Yeah.
Absolutely no.
Having an apartment. Couldn't find.
Yeah,
for a while.
yeah, and actually there was this really big hotel sign right beside his apartment. It's really easy to spot. So actually, we can't even blame him for that. Like that was a pretty easy sign to find. It still took me a long time. I'm not very directionally inclined.
You don't need to be.
Google Maps.
Now. Yeah.
Yeah, Google Maps.
You know, all these teachers say you'd never have a calculator in your pocket, but I beg to differ.
Yeah,
You know,
that's true.
always have a calculator in the world in your pocket.
Yeah. I've never heard a teacher say that.
No. I haven't either. It's just a thing.
It's just
that,
okay.
You see it on the internet.
Oh, I haven't seen it before.
A lot of boomers will post it on Facebook. These teachers said I'll never have a calculator in my pocket. Well, look at me now. It's just like an iPhone.
Well, now when I tell people about it, I'm going to quote you.
Yeah, quote me quoting inconspicuous boomers.
Yeah, I will.
Just NPC boomers from Facebook.
Will do.
So you released Hot Sun.
Yeah.
You've got a record recording in progress?
Yes. We have, I'm recording an EP or record depending on how it goes. Got 3 or 4 songs, pretty solid starts on them, with a producer named Quinn Bichond. He lives out in Montreal, and he has a cool little home studio, and we've been working together, and it's been really fun. So we're rehearsing those songs next week, and we're doing just a small tour to Ottawa and Toronto in a few weeks, playing some shows there, and coming back here, playing a show at the Marquee with the Town Heroes, December 2nd. And George Woodhouse, can't forget that. George is amazing. And then taking it easy till May. I'm going to try to release something before I tour next time, and that's kind of the plan.
That's how it goes.
That's how she goes.
Where can people find you online?
Ooh, pretty much everywhere, except for Twitter.
Not a Twitter?
Yeah, I'm not a big Twitterer.
It's my favorite platform.
You really like Twitter?
Because it's so unhinged.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe I should get into it. Actually, by the time this releases, maybe I'll have a Twitter. You can help me?
Yeah, I'll help you.
Okay.
It's the
You
best.
heard it here, folks.
Yeah.
And it's going to help me get a Twitter. But if you look up Daniel James McFadyen or McFadyen, you will find me online.
It's not you great. Yep.
She's comfortable with sunshine. Sometimes I can't find the right way to describe it, but I'm holding on to something that I know makes me okay. When she calls me, I go running. I don't mind, say anything you want about us, but I know that every moment that she goes, life fades away. Tell me what it's like to be alright. Tell me what it's like to sleep through every night. Tell me you were right, that was wrong. Tell me how you're moving on. Well, she's comfortable, the sunshine, stay inside. Know that anything can happen, and I wake up every morning to the sky all being gray. And when she leaves a light on every time. I know she never goes for too long. At the end of indecision, no, you know just where I'll be. Tell me what it's like to be alright. Tell
Yeah. Really do.
Hello, everybody. Thank you very much for listening to the show this week. If you like what you heard, make sure to check us out on Instagram at mixedrhythm. Make sure to check out our Facebook page. It's facebook.com/themixedrhythm. We have a YouTube as well where we post some live music footage. All of our episodes are uploaded to Spotify directly after the show with all the music included, so you don't miss a thing. And of course, you can check out our website, mixedrhythm.wordpress.com. Thank you very much for listening. We'll see you again next week.